Hello everyone, my name is Kayla Monroe. I'm the Farm and Agribusiness Extension Agent down here in the Southeast region of Alabama. Today we're going to be finishing up our Faces of Direct to Consumer series that was funded by the USDA National Institute for Food and Agriculture through the Southern Risk Management Education Center. So my team wants to send out a huge thank you to them for that. We also want to reiterate that this series is not intended to encourage or promote or market an operation and encourage people to go out and purchase from them. It's solely for inspiration and to share diverse stories across Alabama with people involved in direct to consumer. This is intended for inspiration to those wanting to get involved, those interested in direct to consumer, or wherever might land you right here. Today we're going to be going to Kenny Woodham's operation in Henry County, Alabama. He owns Woodham Cattle Company, as well as co-owner of Sawega Meat Company in Headland, Alabama. I just want to say a big thank you to Kenny Woodham and all those involved in his operations for having us out today.
Hey, I'm Kenny Woodham. I am the owner of Woodham Cattle Company, and I'm the co-owner of Sawega Meat Company. Woodham Cattle Company is headquartered in Helberg, Alabama, and Sawega Meat Company, we've got a location in Colquitt, Georgia, and we also got a location in Headland, Alabama. I'm a first-generation farmer. I started in 2010 row cropping. Also, I started that year with 2 mama cows, and over the years we've grown. In 2000, I think it was 17, we started selling freezer beef off the farm. We ramped up a little bit from there. We started off with like 10 to 15 animals a year, and we grew that. I think in 2021, I believe we sold 57 whole animals off the farm, and we just continued to grow the freezer beef side as well. We're in the seed stock side of it also. We've got a registered Brahman herd. We were in the registered Brangus business, but now we've slowly but surely we've been transitioning over to some Angus and Red Angus genetics, just kind of improve the carcass quality of our animals. We're still a row crop operation. We still grow cotton, corn, peanut, grain, sorghum to either feed our cattle or sell wholesale to the general public. We started selling freezer beef because, like I said, we were in the registered seed stock business. And we had a lot of bulls that were really good, but we just didn't feel like they were quite the quality what we wanted to send on them as bulls. So we started to castrate them early on as soon as we could identify those individuals, and we developed a niche market for our purebred animals through our freezer beef deal. And of course, I mean, when COVID came along, it catapulted it into the next level. And basically, we wanted to take the middleman out of the equation and capitalize on more of that profit that we were giving up by just direct marketing through a sale barn or load lot or whatever. I mean, there's still a place for all those. As many animals as we can, we try to market through here though, to capitalize on that. We like to differentiate ourselves, what we sell here versus the grocery store, because we know where our product comes from. I mean, we're hands-on. A lot of it, we've actually raised, fed out, and we've went through every step of the process from the feeding to the slaughtering. We know how it was fed, we know how it was cared for, and like I said, we know how it was distributed. I'm gonna say our business in Headland, we primarily do individual cuts. In Colquitt, we do a lot of halves, wholes. That's how we built the business. That's how I built my freezer beef business, was halves and wholes. And it wasn't until we acquired Sawega that we started doing individual cuts. I like doing the individual cuts better because you're able to capitalize on some of those higher dollar cuts. When I first got started, I had primarily Brahman cross cattle, mostly Brangus. I even have a registered Brahman herd, but as we dove deeper into the freezer beef side of things, we started with some Angus genetics and Red Angus genetics. And today we've even got some Akaushi cattle sprinkled throughout. That's where the red calves come from. We've also got some Sem-Angus steers in here, and we've got some bulls that we're developing. Also, we keep all our bulls in here till they're about 12 months of old, make sure they're gonna make the cut to be a bull. If they don't, they end back up in the freezer beef program, and that's it. We raise a lot of our own replacement heifers. We also sell a lot of replacement heifers. So expanding our herd really hadn't been that big of an issue. just right now with the market the way it is and the demand for freezer beef, we've been killing a lot more heifers than we really wanted to. We also sell quite a few bulls every year. We usually have some Angus, and we'll have some registered Brahman bulls also available this fall. Like I said, the demand for bulls, though, it is going to be huge this year for the biggest fighter. I mean, a lot of bulls, they didn't make the cut, and they're going to end up in the beef deal due to the high market value of them. But I mean, normally we have quite a few, and also we'll have several replacement heifers available this fall, as well as several other people that are deciding to capitalize on the demand for good quality replacement females. So I really and truly, I think this fall and spring there'll be a good strong supply of good females to go back into the herds. So we're expanding our feedlot operation side of things so we can handle more head. We've always fed our own cattle here, but like, man, it was not the best setup. So like I said, we've invested the money and the infrastructure into doing it the right way. Right now we're feeding a commercial ration that we're getting out of Donaldsonville, Georgia. We're feeding a commercial ration because it is consistent. Every time we're getting the same quality product, and that allows us to ensure that we get the same quality beef whenever we process our calves. I mean, it's good stuff. We got whole kernel corn, cottonseed, corn gluten. I mean, it's everything they need. And like I said, once again, consistent feeding ensures consistent beef. Having a relationship with your processor is huge. Y'all need to have the same goal, same vision. You need to let them know your expectations before you ever take the first animal. We do all of our own processing in-house, so if anything messes up, we're the ones to blame. There's no finger point or anything like that. Also, the customer we work with, they come in, they sit down. We try to help them develop a marketing plan, and we try to stick with it. We've been in this deal for a little while now, so we can help a lot of people get into the business and know which way to go. As far as sales outlets or channels go, we're blessed. We've got a chain of distributors. I mean, we went out and we pinpointed locations in certain areas that we wanted to be in, but maybe didn't want to put a brick and mortar location in. Hardware stores, I mean, we're in some restaurants. I mean, we went in and set them up a cooler. We supply meat and they sell for us. So we've got our footprint in these areas without us having employees in a brick and mortar location. That's been a blessing. Like I said, we've been able to meet a pile of friends and partners through this deal. We sell quite a bit off Facebook. I mean, I post on there almost daily through Cooking with Kenny or else our Soyga page. We post a lot. We ship steaks. We ship steaks to Texas and all over, and that's crazy to me because I know they got cattle in Texas, but people, they swing by and we develop a relationship with them. We shake their hands, look them in the eye, and it gives them that feel-good feeling about what they're eating, and they want to continue doing business with us. We started Cooking with Kenny to highlight some of the lesser known cuts of beef and also showcase some of the products that we sell at Soyga. There's a lot of products that we sell that people think are only wintertime products or summertime products, such as chuck roast. I mean, we did a segment on cooking or smoking a whole chuck roast on the smoker outside. I mean, a lot of people think it's a crock pot style meal. We enjoy cooking for people. We enjoy people coming over, getting together. I mean, just spending quality time with folks, and we rolled it into our business. You know, it's been a huge asset for us. I mean, like I said, we sell a lot of cuts that a lot of people wouldn't have ever thought of. Picanhas. We sell we even sell Brahman humps, tri-tips. I mean, a lot of stuff that people wouldn't ever think of traditionally. And we get a lot of people now that watch us on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. And I mean, they call and they come by the store because of that. I mean, I think it's been huge. And also, I mean, it allows us to kind of advocate for the beef industry. I mean, to showcase, you know, beef products as a whole, you know, and get out there to a market that may not otherwise see it. The biggest challenge I had getting into the cattle industry was probably the acquisition of land. You know, when I first got started, I mean, pasture land was harder to find than row crop land. I started with 2 mama cows and 5 acres of land, and we just slowly grew as either older ranchers or farmers, they retired and sold out. We were able to pick up land. We've also converted some lesser productive row crop land into pasture land. That was the biggest struggle. And then whenever we started selling beef directly off the farm, we were selling quarters and halves. It was great. But then we started this, you know, hamburger meat started backing up. So we had to develop a market for our hamburger meat. So that's when we started calling on a lot of restaurants, and we started moving a lot of bulk quantities of hamburger meat to some of these smaller restaurants, and they were able to provide a premium product, you know, offering a locally sourced hamburger. And that really helped. I mean, now that's probably the biggest bulk of our business is hamburger meat. We sell a pile of it every week. You know, a lot of people, when they get started, if they start retailing it out, you know, they saw their steaks first and they're stuck with hamburger meat. But I would encourage anybody that's getting into the business, go identify your market, your hamburger market first. And if you can't find that, you may want to rethink jumping in head first, because you're going to end up with a pile of hamburger meat. One bit of advice I would give any producer wanting to get into the freezer beef side of things: find a processor, develop a strong relationship, go visit, go tour their plant before you ever think about carrying the first animal. Make sure y'all get along on the same page. Make sure y'all got the same goals. And like, that's the biggest thing. Just develop a strong relationship. That's what led us into purchasing Soyga Meat Company. The processing plan is that we could provide our customers with the same experience that we had that vision for.